If you want comedy material, you need to go to a 24-hour 7-Eleven between the hours of 3 o'clock, 3:30, and 4 in the morning. Every time I go to this local 7-Eleven, I make my own hours and whatnot. It's usually about 3 to 5 people there. Two are like really drunk, just the crazies hang out at 7-Eleven between 3 and 4 in the morning. I was in there once. I was getting a soda. I don't drink anymore. This guy's like, I'm standing in line, and I'm behind a guy who's like talking like, no, there was some guy paying, and I'm standing in line. This guy comes up to me. He's like, yo, you see Fat Joe? You see Fat Joe at the Fat Joe concert? You see Fat Joe? You don't know Fat Joe. You don't know Fat Joe. And like, yeah, I kind of remember this guy from like back in the day. He was alright or whatever. He's like, you don't know Fat Joe, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. And this was a straight up, this is like the whitest dude I've ever seen. And it looked like he had gone to a concert with some friends and like maybe there was some after party that he wasn't invited to. I can see why. But like, yeah, it's just ridiculous. And like every bar in Buffalo's turned it into a spirit Halloween store and tarot card this and tarot card that. And all they do is diss the Catholic Church. But like tarot cards, like here's how I feel about that. Okay, playing with a deck of cards, people say gambling is a sin, is a generational sin that leaves like a blood stain. But at least when you're playing at a casino with a deck of cards, you can get money back. Whereas tarot cards, you just pay somebody to say something to you. Gambling, at least the house always wins, but at least if you play with a real deck of cards, there's some chance of you getting some money back. So there's all sorts of weird stuff going on, getting really into nostalgia in the 90s. But I'm telling you, 7-Eleven, 3 in the morning, at 24 hours, you will strike comedy gold. Comedy gold. And then, like, the guy who was either at the same time with this guy saying this Fat Joe thing, this guy's giving the finger to the guy who's cashing out, and he's like, well, I'm just waiting for her. And he's pointing at me, like, do I have to wear a shirt that says don't fucking talk to me? What's the most polite way you can say, don't fucking talk to me? I don't want to talk with you. For real. After COVID, I think there was like a mass trauma where everybody just started acting like jerks. Like jerks. But yeah, 7-Eleven. Crazy.